Hi, we're working on a storage system here on the server, and if you don't know, last episode we completed pretty much this side. We're not gonna really work on this anymore, but we have a hole here that is ready to be filled with redstone and a bunch of other stuff. We need a bunch of sorters, shulker loaders, all this kind of stuff to make a nice bulk storage system for all our farms in one place. That way we don't have to run around get all our items. The problem with that is this isn't enough space. We need more we need more area cleared out here. And to do that, we're gonna need to get rid of this basalt generator here. Not the cactus farm probably. This cactus farm's probably not in the way too much because on this end we're not actually gonna have too many like shulker loaders or anything like that. So it should just be this that we need to move. Luckily, we do have a good spot to move it to over here. Down here, this area right here, we can put it behind the wall and it should work. The bed will have to be moved, and I don't know exactly where to move it to, but you know, it can just kind of like go in the middle or something. Who cares? The bed can be moved very easily. The basalt generator takes a couple more minutes to do, so let's go ahead and get into this. It should just be like a quick little time lapse or something. Here we go. Basalt generator moved. I don't think there was a design I accredited to this kind of thing. Like, I don't think I really copied anybody's like design exactly. So there's no sign here. Basalt generator is pretty simple stuff. So I think it kind of goes without explanation. We have our hole dug as well. We need to kind of fill this up with redstone now. And it shouldn't be too difficult. I'll probably copy a very similar design to what I did last season, but the one from last season did have a minor flaw, bud powering pistons and stuff, which it's really hard to get around sometimes, and I didn't kind of realize that it would be a problem, and it ended up kind of blocking some of the shulker box loaders and stuff. It wasn't good, but it didn't end up causing too much of an issue. I do think I fixed it though by changing the hopper layout just a little bit, and it does make it a little bit larger, unfortunately, but ultimately it's like only 7 more hoppers more expensive, so it doesn't really matter much. There's also a bit of a problem with it. There's kind of needs to be like a redstone torch right underneath this villager, and we can't do that with the villager there, so we got to change out the layout of that a little bit. It shouldn't be too difficult, hopefully, to kind of fix that. We do have more room as far as like side to side goes because they're not like right next to each other like they were last season, so it shouldn't be too difficult, I don't think. We will need to maybe do a couple other things as well, and then after we get this done, we'll kind of start choosing which farms we need to have shulker box loaders for and stuff and all that kind of a thing. But yeah, let's actually do the redstone and stuff first. We can do that pretty easily, I think. Okay, we have our redstone. It's not very complicated. It's pretty much just the typical impulse SV item sorter on top of a shulker box loader that I don't know the origins of. It's one of those things that just gets copied everywhere all the time, so we unfortunately don't know exactly where it came from. At least I don't. Somebody probably does. But It's pretty simple stuff. You just connect them together and it works. The next step here is going to be taking the outputs from our different farms and stuff and loading them into this system up on the top here. There'll just be a water stream that goes over the top, goes over the item filters, it filters things out, works pretty smoothly. Iron is a given. We're going to definitely do that in one of these hoppers, but there's 5 other ones. I think the bone meal from the moss farm is also going to be pretty easy, and since we're going to have an item stream coming from the moss farm anyways, we're going to probably do the mob farm because it will be close enough. Maybe one of these, the honey or the honeycomb farm, and maybe the moss. So that would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 items by itself. If we don't include the moss, we really don't need the honey, but one of the things that we could add in place of the honey is the bamboo from our bamboo farm over here. We need to definitely load this into a shulker box loader just because we're already kind of overflowing our storage here. It's not inconveniently placed though, so we don't necessarily need it in our bulk storage down on the bottom. We can just come up the water stream, it's right here. No need to really worry about connecting it, so we might just still do the honey. I don't know. Either way, it shouldn't be too hard, honestly. So we'll get into this, figure out the sorters, the items, and the item streams, and you'll see whatever happens to happen in a time lapse. So let's go ahead and get into it. Okay, I think our item storing stuff is done. We don't. I think we're done. I think we don't have anything else to do. At least I can't think of anything. At least that I want to do right now. But we're probably good. We're probably good for the rest of the season. I think I pretty much explained this pretty well before, so I'm just gonna like do it pretty quick once over. Basically, bone meal comes out of there, goes down through the water stream. Some items come from other farms along the way, and they all get connected up into this item storage system. It gets all sorted out, loaded into shulker boxes, and put down in the bottom there. Now, we also have another water stream. This connects up to our bamboo farm, because I did end up deciding to connect it to the bulk storage down there. I just thought it is a little bit more convenient, and it wasn't too hard to do. I did have to dig out that, but it wasn't too hard. This basically works in the same way. There's just items that flow through, get put into a shulker box loader. We have a second shulker box loader for our raw bamboo, not our bamboo blocks, and that way we have more storage for that as well. We're still not running the bamboo farm. It's still paused for the moment, even though I did kind of try to make sure everything worked by running it once. That's because our fuel line for our super smelter is all the way backed up. We have a lot of bamboo planks stockpiled up for fuel here, and so if we run the farm, we will be crafting more planks, and it will just kind of cause a mess, and I don't really want it to. So that's it. This is our storage system for now, at least. I did try and put blocks to indicate what's where down here, but I don't think it really works too well. It's hard to see whenever it's right under the chest, so we might just like put it in the gaps in between right there. I think that might work a lot better than this setup right here. But either way, what we got going on right now works, and that's kind of the main thing. Now what? Because I mean, we do have a little bit of time left in the episode. if you remember from last week, if you were around, there was a reason why we decided to do a storage system. It's because we needed storage. And what did we need storage for? We need to clear out a bunch of area around the church that we've been working on. Let's go over there and I'll show you what I'm talking about. Well, there it is. There's the church over there. We need to flatten this area out. You can see we've already kind of started around that, this side here. But we have more that needs done. We can keep digging here. I think if we go too far in that direction, though, we run into gym space. So we're going to kind of try and keep it, just not too far. We do need to clear out a pretty big area, though. I don't know how big. I'll probably make it bigger than I actually need, just by accident. But maybe not, in one time lapse for today. We'll just dig for a couple hours, put some stuff in some shulker boxes, and put it in our storage system, because we have one now. That's kind of cool. Let's go ahead and get started on this. Alright, I think that's pretty much it for this episode. We did kind of fill up our shulker boxes, so I went off and threw those in the storage system after placing a little bit of dirt and grass down here and around the back of the church as well. So we have a pretty good sized area to work with now. I don't have time to do anything with it in this episode, and we'll definitely need to continue expanding, especially in this direction, over the course of the next few episodes, but we can at least kind of get a few wireframes up and start working on some of the other builds that will be going around here, beside the church in a sort of town. But that is, like I said, all I have time for this episode. It is a little bit shorter than some episodes I've made in the past. I don't think it's really, really short, but I am making 2 episodes a week. It's on a different channel though, so you gotta go find where that is. It's in the description probably. So yeah, thank you guys all for watching. God bless.